Hi guys, it's Stock Curry, and in just a minute I'm going to give you every single stock pick from the top 10 YouTubers. But first, let's do a quick stock market news update because there was a lot of stock market news that came out today, and I've really got to tell you guys what is going on. Now, I'm going to tell you, as an analyst, today was really confusing. Typically, what I like to see is I like to see the technicals of the stock market line up with the fundamentals of the stock market. And that is just not what is happening right now. If you look at the technicals, if you're purely looking at the technicals and nothing else, this stock market screams sell. I mean, it looks like we are about to hit a full-on market crash. If you're only looking at the technicals, you would think we're about to enter a stock market crash. It is that bad from a technical perspective. Overall, a lot of the stocks have done an inverse cup and handle, which is where the stock market goes up like it did in January, and then it has this huge downward movement like it did in February. And then we saw towards about 2 weeks ago, we had this little rebound. And then last week, going into this week, we're starting to go back down again. And that's an inverse cup and handle, an upside down cup and handle. And that is a very bearish technical pattern. And so technically, stocks look like they just want to drop hard. However, from a fundamental standpoint, we get the exact opposite picture. Valuations right now are dirt cheap. Plus, we have the country reopening, so we have all this pandemic recovery plays. We have vaccines going out. I mean, fundamentally, it looks great. So, as an analyst looking at this, seeing these incredible fundamentals that say, buy, 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 and seeing these terrible technicals that say sell, 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 what do you do? And so what ended up happening today is a lot of people just kept their mouths shut. I don't actually have a lot of stock picks for you guys today because people just didn't give any. There was a lot of confusion. There's not a lot of people, either professional analysts that are out on, CNBC and shows like that, or amateur analysts like myself. Nobody's really talking about what's going on because honestly, we don't know. I don't know if the stock market's about to rebound and go up or if it's just going to tank and keep on going down. We don't know. So normally what you guys will see is I will post every single trade that I buy and sell on my Twitter or Facebook. And you guys haven't seen anything out of me lately because I'm just holding. I am going to hold until I know what is going to happen in the stock market. By the way, guys, if you want to follow everything I'm buying and selling, you do not have to sign up for a Patreon. You don't have to join a Discord. I don't do that on this channel, okay? I'm not here to profit off of you guys. I am here to help you guys and give you guys tremendous value. And so all of my buys and sells, all the trades that I do, I post them within a few minutes on my Twitter and my Facebook. So if you guys want to know what I'm buying and selling, all you have to do is follow me on Twitter and Facebook. That's it. So I have links to my Twitter and my Facebook in the description of this video. Just go down to the description and follow me and you'll get it all. Also, if you guys want to join a community where we talk about different stocks, again, I'm not going to make you join a Patreon. I'm not going to make you join a Discord. All you have to do is join a Facebook group. Again, a link to the Facebook groups down in the description of this video. It's completely free. I'm just here to help you guys out. And yes, I do make some money, obviously. Make money off YouTube ads, and I'm an affiliate with Webull and ZipTraderU. So I make a little bit of money off that, but really I make my money from trading in the stock market. And so I am really just here to help you guys out. All right, let's get into some of the more specific news and what actually came out today. So the first thing was some pretty bad news. For one, the pandemic cases are rising. We saw a number of countries in Europe that have extended lockdowns or have started new lockdowns, and obviously that shuttered the market a little bit. A lot of the pandemic recovery stocks, such as airlines and hotels and cruise ships, tanked today because of that news. Now, the crazy thing is, we also have the upside news, which is 25% or 20% of the United States is now been fully vaccinated, and we get more and more vaccines going out all the time. India, which got hit hard, Europe, which got hit hard, they all have vaccines. So obviously the end is in sight, and we are going to recover, and we're going to start going back up. So, okay, things closed for another month. Who cares? The market is supposed to be forward thinking, and today it just wasn't. So that was a little bit of a disconnect. The second thing that was really bad news today is there was a huge fire at an automotive semiconductor plant. Now, we already know that there is a huge shortage in semiconductors, and now that there was a fire at an automotive semiconductor plant, that means the shortage is even worse. That plant is going to be down for at least a month while they rebuild. And so this is just more bad news. And as a result, a lot of EV stocks got hit hard today with not just EV stocks, all automotive stocks really. They were all down between like 2 and 5 or 6% today. So just more bad news there. And then even more bad news was that New York came out and they said they wanted to raise taxes. Now that's just terrible, terrible timing, because we're in a situation right now where we need every help we can get to help this economy recover and get us back. We still have 10 million people out of work that had jobs before this whole thing started. And so this is really a terrible time to be raising taxes, because it's going to greatly reduce the recovery, and it's going to slow everything down, because people are going to have to pay taxes. They're not going to have money to spend on all kinds of like consumer durables and things. Businesses aren't going to have the money to invest to be able to grow and reopen. It's just a really bad time to be raising taxes. So that obviously scared the markets. And not only that, but then the Fed came out today and the Treasury came out today, and they both said assets on a whole in general are overvalued. Why would they say that? On one hand, they're saying, oh yeah, we are here for the stock market, we want to help. And on the other hand, they're saying everything's overvalued. So what happened? Well, everything went down. Not just the stock market, everything. I'm talking gold was down, silver was down, Bitcoin was down, bond yields were down, everything was down. And so what happened is people got scared. They're like, oh my gosh, assets are overvalued. Sell all assets. And then taxes are going to increase. Sell all assets. It's just really everything today was just bad, bad, bad news. And yet the fundamentals are still amazing. If you are forward looking, fundamentals are amazing. The good news, of course, is that bond yields went down. So all this concern we had about growth stocks not being able to grow because they would have to pay too much to actually, borrow funds and keep going up. All right, great. Those concerns are kind of diminishing. So, it's just this huge disconnect. On one hand, we have bad news, but it's all really short term. I'm talking a month or less short term. And the fundamentals should all be forward thinking, 6 months, 8 years, whatever out. And then you got the technicals that are really bearish too. So we're just kind of all over the place today. So because of that, because there's no clear direction in the markets right now, because we are literally at a borderline right now, and I don't know if we're going to go up or down, I'm just holding. I'm holding everything, okay? So I don't know what's going to happen. I have one finger on the sell button, and I'm getting ready to sell if the fundamentals line up with the technicals, and I got another finger on that buy button, and I'm getting ready to buy if the technicals line up with the fundamentals. So we're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to go over a few stocks. You're going to see a few charts right now, and you're going to see exactly what I'm seeing. All right. Real fast, though, before we get to the stock picks, I just want to remind you that Webull promotion I talked about yesterday. You can go watch yesterday's video if you want all the details. Basically, you transfer your account into Webull, you get up to 25 stocks worth up to $40,000. Huge promotion. Thing is, it does take about 2 or 3 days to get your account set up and approved. So if you've been thinking about taking advantage of that, you need to sign up for Webull today. This is literally the last day that you can sign up and get your account approved and set up in time to actually do the transfer. So, very last day, use my link in the description below, sign up for Webull, and then using that link in the description below after you sign up, deposit $100 so that you can get one free stock there, and then initiate your account transfer. Webull's going to reimburse you for your transfer fees, and they're going to give you up to 25 free stocks worth up to $40,000 when you transfer your account into Webull. All right, guys, let's get into today's stock picks. For those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for some large investment banks, and now I analyze stock picks on YouTube. I then compile all of my analysis into a daily video that I post right here on this channel. I spend hours every day watching YouTube videos from the top 10 YouTubers so that you don't have to. All you have to do is watch one video each day and you will get every single stock pick from the top 10 YouTubers. And all I ask in return is that you hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon so that you can get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. All right, before we get into today's stock picks, I just want to remind everyone that I'm not a financial advisor and none of the YouTubers I follow are financial advisors either. Today's video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who are wondering, you are currently looking at the Webull app. Webull is the app that I use for my trading, and it is also the app that I use in all of my videos. And speaking of videos, I did use some of the earnings from YouTube last month to upgrade my video editing software, so I am now able to upload in 1080p, so I hope the new higher quality helps you guys see what is on my screen. I could do 4K, but that would just be overkill. I don't think there's any reason for you guys to see every little pore on my face. All right, let's get into today's stock picks. First up is AMC. This is AMC Movie Theaters. Chris Haynes said it is time to sell AMC. He recommends you get out of this play immediately. Technically, AMC is 100% bearish right now. The RSI is dropping and the MACD is dropping. The MACD is also about to form a golden cross, which is confirmation of a change in direction on the stock. In this case, it's confirmation of a continued downward momentum on AMC. Also, it looks like AMC is going to drop below the 50-day EMA, which it has not done in over a month. I think AMC will drop at least back down to the 100-day EMA, which closed Tuesday at $8.46. If you've been thinking about buying AMC like I have, I will let you know that I'm just waiting to find a bottom on AMC before buying in. Forget all of the Wall Street bets hype. I like AMC as a pandemic recovery stock. I just don't want to buy it unless it drops below $9 and preferably below $7. Next up is APXT. This is a SPAC and they're merging with AvePoint, which is a data management company that is specifically focused on the Microsoft Cloud. Chris Haynes lowered its price target on APXT down to $20. He did say that longer term, he thinks APXT will get to $30. Now in the short term, I am concerned about APXT. The RSI and MACD are both bearish. This stock also closed today below the 200-day EMA after bouncing off of the 100-day EMA 3 times. So all of the technicals on APXT are very bearish. The only good news is that because APXT is a SPAC, it has a $10 floor. So there is limited downside risk on APXT. Next up is BNGO. This is Bio-Nanogenomics, and BNGO reported earnings Tuesday after the close, and the stock was up nearly 7% after hours. If you remember, everybody had their eyes on BNGO earnings because this was our first chance to see how well their Sapphire machine was selling. And the good news is that they beat the sales estimates. Now technically, BNGO closed flat on Tuesday, so hopefully their earnings beat will be enough to send the RSI and MACD bullish, as well as get BNGO's price above the 10-day EMA. If it can do that, then BNGO could bottom out here and start going back up on Wednesday. Next up is CHPT. This is ChargePoint. They are the largest charging station company in North America with 73% of the market. Chris Haynes said CHPT is a buying opportunity right now. Keenan Grace also looked at how the RSI is at 32 and said CHPT is oversold. But actually, a stock is not considered oversold until the RSI gets below 30. Now technically, CHPT remains flat, and it's still hard to tell which way CHPT is going to go. It could start going back up, or it could drop further. Well, one thing I do know for sure is that CHPT is going to move very fast once it picks a direction. One play you might want to consider on CHPT is to buy 2 options. You might want to buy one call option very close to the money and one put option very close to the money. Now, if I were to do this play, I would do an April 16th call option to give myself plenty of time for the stock to start moving again. Since the price is currently at around $23 or $22.50, I'll go right in between that. I would do a $25 call option and a $20 put option. The reason is because the implied volatility is very low right now due to the fact that CHPT has been trading flat for the past 5 days. So when the stock does start to move, either below the current support line of $23 or above the 200-day EMA at $25, implied volatility will go back up and the relative price of the options will also go up. I would then sell whichever option is going in the wrong direction. So if CHPT starts dropping down below $23, I would sell the call option and hold on to the put option. If CHPT starts going up above $25, then I would sell the put option and just hold on to the call option. I would then hold that option for another 3 to 4 days and then sell that one. This option strategy is called a straddle, and it is effective when a stock has been trading flat for a while and you expect a big move, but you are unsure which direction the stock will move. Next up, we have GNOG. This is Golden Nugget Online Gaming. Chris Sain thinks GNOG will start going back up towards the end of May. They did release earnings after the close on Tuesday, and while they beat on revenue, the stock was still down 5% after hours because they reported a massive net loss of $34 million. That is going to put GNOG deep into bearish territory on Wednesday. The RSI was already dropping and the MACD was already dropping, and now the stock will also be below the 200-day EMA. In addition, the MACD will form a bearish golden cross. Again, a golden cross is when the gold line crosses over the blue line. The next level of support is not until $13.33. So I do expect GNOG to drop down to $13.33. At that point, it's hard to say what will happen with GNOG. I just don't know if GNOG will rebound off of $13.33 or if it will continue dropping. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, next up is IPOE. This is a SPAC, and they're merging with SoFi, which is an online fintech startup. Richard Allen discussed IPOE today after the Motley Fool included IPOE in their list of the top 3 value stocks to buy now. In short, the Motley Fool likes IPOE because SoFi is growing revenues by 60% per year, and they are only trading at a forward PE of 14. Technically, IPOE is flat right now with no clear direction up or down. If you are not familiar with SoFi, they are an all-in-one platform that offers home loans, student loans, personal loans, credit cards, investments, and more. I personally have a SoFi account, and I use it for my long-term investments. The reason is because they offer both fractional shares and automatic dividend reinvestment purchases. And because they are trying to grow right now, they have quite a few amazing offers for new customers. The one that might make the most sense for you is their investment offer. When you sign up for SoFi using my link in the description below and deposit $1,000, SoFi is going to give you $50 in free stock. That's an automatic 5% gain just for signing up and depositing $1,000. So if you want to take advantage of that offer, just use my link in the description of this video. Next up is NNDM. This is Nano Dimension, and they're a 3D computer chip printer manufacturer. Richard Allen discussed NNDM today after the Motley Fool included NNDM in their list of the top 3 value stocks to buy now. The Motley Fool did not add anything new that we did not already know, so let's take a look at the technicals. And they're not good. The stock closed below the 100-day EMA today, the RSI is dropping, and the MACD is about to have a bearish golden cross. I think NNDM might drop back down to the 200-day EMA again, which closed Tuesday at $7.14. Personally, I'm not going to sell, I'm just going to hold through this, but I don't blame you if you sell and try to buy back in at around $7.25. Next up is NPPTF. This is Neptune Digital Assets, and they are developing a solar, wind, and natural gas-powered Bitcoin mining facility. Larry Jones let us know about NPPTF today. He mentioned the announcement and also the fact that NPPTF reported earnings 5 trading days ago and had record income. The stock has more than doubled in the past 5 days since earnings were reported. It formed an evening doji star on Tuesday, which is a technical indicator that points to a reversal on a stock. The reason is because when a doji forms, it means there is fighting between buyers and sellers, and the stock does not have a clear direction. When this happens after a multi-day run-up, it often means sellers are starting to take over and the stock will start coming back down. The RSI is also overbought at a whopping 88.5, so there are 2 indicators in agreement that NPPTF is going to go down on Wednesday and probably Thursday. My guess is that it will drop down to at least the 10-day EMA, which closed Tuesday at 53 cents. Now the EMAs will continue going up on Wednesday, so I would look for a buy-in price at around 55 cents. Larry Jones gave a buy-in price at 59 cents, so somewhere in there. I'll just say a buy-in price of 60 cents. Now it has hit the 50-day EMA on a number of occasions, so I'll give you an ideal buy-in price of 35 cents. Larry Jones sees the same thing, and he gave an ideal buy-in price at 39 cents. So basically, the ideal buy-in price is under 40 cents. Next up is OCGN. This is OCGN, and they're a genomics company with a goal of curing blindness. Richard Allen discussed OCGN today after the Motley Fool included OCGN in their list of the top 3 value stocks to buy now. OCGN is a very early stage biotech company that is still in the development stage. But the current value is in the fact that their sister company developed a pandemic vaccine that has been cleared in India, and OCGN stands to receive 45% of the profits from that. OCGN will be able to use those proceeds to fund its research rather than needing to do share offerings. This will preserve shareholder value and reduce your risk of investing in a startup biotech firm. Regarding when to buy in, not yet. Technically, the stock is very bearish, with the RSI and MACD both dropping and the stock falling towards the 50-day EMA. So if you're interested in buying OCGN, I would recommend waiting for OCGN to bottom out before investing. Next up is PLTR. This is Palantir, and they're a data analytics company. Christine recommends loading up on PLTR in the $22 to $23 range. Now personally, I think that's risky right now. PLTR just broke below a strong $24 support level. It has no more support until it gets down to $20. The RSI is dropping and the MACD is turning bearish as well. I would personally recommend waiting to buy any more PLTR until it gets down to the $20 range. That's if it does. Again, this is one of the stocks where the fundamentals scream buy because it's so cheap right now. So just keep your eye on this one and just kind of see what it does. Okay, finally we have RIOT. This is RIOT Blockchain, and they're a Bitcoin miner. Now this is interesting because yesterday we pretty much came to the conclusion that MARA is a much better Bitcoin play right now. But Keenan Grace reminded us that RIOT has gone up 10 times faster than Bitcoin has gone up. And based upon that, Keenan Grace recommends buying RIOT instead of MARA to get some Bitcoin coverage. He did give a buy under price of $40. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Comment down below what you think the stock market is going to do this week. And if you want to get some free stocks, sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up using my link and deposit just $100, Webull is going to give you 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850. Finally, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.